Okay, so today we're not just talking about tacos and burritos. We're going to break down how Taco Bell went from being a simple fast food joint to a full-blown cultural powerhouse. It's really a masterclass in brand building. So let's dive into their blueprint for success.
You've been there, right? It's past midnight, you're hungry, and you get that very specific craving for something cheesy, crunchy, and, just a little bit different. For millions of us, the answer is Taco Bell. But have you ever stopped to think about how it went from just one taco stand to this global icon? That's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
To really get the Taco Bell of today, we have to rewind the clock. We've got to go back to the very beginning to see the foundational ideas that set it on a completely different track from pretty much everyone else.
So, it all started back in 1962. But the really big story here is that second point. Think about it. At a time when fast food was still figuring itself out, the founder, Glen Bell, made a brilliant bet. By going all in on the drive-thru, he basically built the brand around speed and convenience right from the get-go. And that one decision, it paid off for decades to come.
Now, this next piece is absolutely key to their whole identity. Taco Bell was never, ever trying to be an authentic Mexican restaurant. The whole idea was Mexican-inspired, but, and this is the important part, American-invented. This wasn't a mistake, it was their entire strategy. It meant the menu was designed specifically for the American palate, which made it super accessible and, well, wildly popular.
All right, so they nailed the concept and they nailed the convenience. But the real magic, the thing that keeps us all coming back, happens with the food itself. Let's get into how Taco Bell actually engineers its menu to be so, well, craveable.
Pretty much everything you've ever ordered from Taco Bell was born right here in a super creative space they call the Taco Bell Test Kitchen. You can think of it as their secretive R&D lab where all those iconic and, sometimes pretty wild menu items are dreamed up. It's kind of like a science lab mixed with an art studio, and its only mission is to engineer stuff you can't stop thinking about.
And the way they roll out new products, it's honestly genius. See, an item doesn't just show up on the menu. It starts as a limited time offer, an LTO, and that immediately creates this powerful sense of urgency, right? That fear of missing out. Then they just kick back and watch the internet explode with fans begging them to bring it back. This whole cycle creates this constant buzz and keeps people totally hooked.
And on top of all that, they hand the power right over to you. I mean, think about it. You can add potatoes to your burrito, swap out beef for beans, or go fresco style to ditch the cheese for fresh pico de gallo. This level of customization is no accident. It makes you feel like you're creating something unique, something that's yours, and that builds a way deeper connection than just ordering number 3 on a static menu ever could.
But here's the thing. The real secret to their success isn't just what's in the food. The brand's true genius is how it managed to become so much more than food, how it became part of our culture.
Now, to get a handle on their cultural reach, you first have to understand the sheer scale we're talking about. The company serves over 2 billion tacos every single year. Let that sink in. When you're operating at that level, you're not just a restaurant anymore. You're a massive cultural force. So how on earth do they build that kind of loyalty?
Well, they basically have this amazing 2-part playbook. First, they embed themselves directly into youth culture. They show up at gaming conventions and music festivals, places where their audience already lives and breathes. And then they pull off these legendary marketing stunts, like that pop-up Taco Bell hotel in 2019 that sold out in literally 2 minutes. It's not about making commercials, it's about creating experiences people will talk about forever.
And finally, we have to talk about timing, because Taco Bell didn't just compete for your lunch and dinner money. Oh no, it went ahead and invented a whole new time to eat, and they completely owned it.
Think about it. While most other fast food places were shutting down for the night, Taco Bell's drive-thru became this glowing beacon in the dark. By simply staying open late, they became the undisputed king of the after-midnight crowd. They didn't just serve something they called the fourth meal, they practically invented the entire category and made it their own.
So when you put it all together, what do you get? Taco Bell's story is so much bigger than just fast food. It's really a story about constant innovation, about truly understanding culture, and about being brave enough to let your fans help shape your brand. It proves that to become a real icon, you can't just sell a product. You have to sell a feeling, a community. And that leaves us with a pretty big question. In a world where we have endless choices, maybe that sense of community is the most powerful marketing tool there is.